Before you know it, all eyes are on you. They have fought for fame for years, chased awards, fed on applause, but you shine with a natural light. That influence, that charisma, that magnetic attraction that they have been trying to build for years is innate in you. Today, the era of fake worlds, fictionalized lives, memorized words before going on stage is coming to an end. The real ones are rising. And you are one of those rising ones. They disappear without cameras. You shine even in the darkest darkness. What they need is money, fame, and approval. But you don't need it, because you are already getting power from your essence. They want to be like you, but no stage, no award ceremony, no headline is enough to have what you have. They tell you, we don't want you to shine so much, but they cannot stop you, because your light is too strong to be extinguished by the shadow of others. Now sit back, write 777 in the comments, and watch them, because they are watching you too. You walk into a room, and something shifts. The air feels charged. The space subtly rearranges itself around your presence. Others hesitate, second-guess, and over-explain, but you don't need to. The truth moves through you without effort. There's no need to recite theories or lean on external validation. You came into this world already carrying the answers. The moment you recognize this, everything changes. You no longer seek permission. You no longer wait. Those who rely on structured systems and predefined paths won't understand you, and that's fine. They are following a trail that was mapped out for them. You, however, are the map maker, drawing a course that has never existed before. The clarity you carry isn't something found in instruction manuals or deciphered through years of careful study. It's instinctual, flowing like an underground river, unseen but undeniable. While others train themselves to fit into a mold, you are shaped by something far greater, something that refuses to be confined. The world tries to force people into categories, into roles and expectations, into rigid frameworks that dictate how things should be done. But what happens when a force emerges that doesn't fit, that refuses to conform, that operates outside of the lines? The answer is simple. The world must adjust. There's a difference between those who wait to be shown the way and those who move forward despite the unknown. While some measure their progress by the standards set before them, you understand that real progress has no blueprint. The greatest innovators, the ones who shift reality itself, were never students of convention. They didn't climb ladders built by others. They forged their own passage through uncharted terrain. The landscape of history isn't shaped by those who memorize information, but by those who channel a deeper wisdom, one that cannot be dissected, quantified, or placed neatly into categories. The moment you fully step into your nature, the resistance begins. You will be met with opposition, not because you are wrong, but because you disrupt the status quo. When systems are built on predictability, anything unpredictable is seen as a threat. The world clings to routine, to well-documented procedures, to the comfort of repetition. Those who cannot see beyond these patterns will question you, will challenge you, will try to fit you into their limited understanding. But that is their burden, not yours. You are not here to conform. You are here to create. Authority doesn't come from external recognition. It doesn't stem from certificates or titles. It is something that radiates from within, something unshakable, something undeniable. While others chase approval, you walk with certainty. You don't seek the spotlight, yet attention follows you. Not because you demand it, but because true presence cannot be ignored. Those who shape the future are not concerned with fitting into a mold. They are too busy crafting a reality that others will one day recognize as the new foundation. While many are content to replicate, to refine what already exists, there are a few who exist outside the boundaries of repetition. They don't improve on what is. They build what has never been seen before. They do not seek validation from existing structures because they know those structures were never designed for them. When the world attempts to box them in, they don't resist. They transcend. Those who cannot understand this will try to diminish it, will insist that greatness must follow a designated course. But history proves otherwise. The ones who rewrite reality are those who never asked for permission in the first place. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. There are those who build their identity around recognition, attaching their worth to titles, applause, and carefully constructed images. But true presence isn't something that can be staged. It isn't handed out by committees or written into contracts. It's a force, an undeniable essence that moves through those who don't seek validation but radiate authority effortlessly. While others chase the illusion of prestige, constructing layers of approval around themselves, there are those who exist beyond the need for permission. Their impact isn't dictated by the shifting tides of public favor, but is rooted in something that cannot be manipulated or controlled. The ones who claim expertise sit behind desks, poring over books, rehearsing theories, and waiting for an external sign to confirm their intelligence. Yet the essence of mastery has never been about accumulation. It isn't something that can be extracted from endless analysis or framed on a wall. It is absorbed, lived, and expressed without hesitation. The world has tried to convince people that understanding comes from instruction, that wisdom must be earned through structured processes. But for some, the knowledge has always been there, woven into their being like an unshakable foundation. Some move forward by piecing together second-hand information, waiting for validation before daring to act. Others, however, don't require confirmation to proceed. They sense the movement of things before they unfold, perceiving beyond what is visible to the untrained eye. They don't spend time debating potential, they step into it with certainty. This is what separates those who innovate from those who analyze. The architects of change don't need a map. They see the pathways before anyone else even realizes they exist. The ones who shape reality don't wait for someone to instruct them. They aren't students of convention, nor are they bound by predetermined methods. There is no guidebook for what they do, because what they create has never existed before. At first, it may feel subtle, like a whisper, barely distinguishable from background noise, but that pull never leaves. The more they try to ignore it, the louder it grows. It is not an illusion, not a fleeting thought. It is a truth that has been embedded within them from the beginning. For some, there comes a moment of realization that nothing about them was ever meant to be ordinary. Patterns emerge where others see randomness, connections appear effortlessly, and doors open with precise timing. While many struggle to make sense of the unpredictable, these individuals navigate the unknown with ease. They are not guided by logic alone, but by something deeper, something that cannot be explained yet remains undeniable. The world will try to reduce their knowing into coincidence, but truth does not require acceptance to exist. When the realization fully takes hold, there is no going back. The moment of awakening is not gentle. It is a shift so profound that it redefines everything. This isn't about personal ambition or superficial gain. It is a responsibility, a role that demands to be embraced. The world isn't merely interested in what they have to offer. It is dependent on it. They are not here to maintain the existing order. They are here to transform it, to redirect the course of things towards something entirely new. Resistance follows those who step into their power. There will always be those who try to silence, dismiss, or undermine them, not because they are misguided, but because their very existence threatens the fragile structures others cling to. This is not about opposition for opposition's sake. It is about the inevitable response to something that disrupts comfort and routine. Some will be drawn to this energy, recognizing something they cannot explain. Others will reject it, not because it is untrue, but because it forces them to confront realities they are not ready to face. The pressure that comes with walking this path is not a burden. It is a refining fire. Those who remain unnoticed are never challenged. Those who blend in are never questioned. But those who disrupt, who move with an undeniable presence, will always be met with resistance. It is the confirmation that they are exactly where they need to be. Every obstacle, every attempt to dissuade them, is nothing more than a test of endurance. While others crumble under scrutiny, they sharpen. While others withdraw in the face of adversity, they rise. No force can stop what was always meant to be. A spark in the darkness will always draw attention. A flame that refuses to be extinguished will always face the wind. That's the nature of those who carry something greater inside them. The world does not move against what is ordinary. It only resists what has the power to transform. If you have ever felt the weight of resistance pressing against you, understand this. It is not there to break you, but to shape you. Those who disrupt the rhythm of a predictable world are always met with friction. When you carry a presence that cannot be ignored, when you move with a fire that cannot be tamed, opposition is not a possibility, it's a certainty. The world does not trouble itself with what blends in, what conforms, what stays silent. It reacts only to those who stand apart, who step into a power so undeniable that it forces everything around them to shift. Resistance is the confirmation that you are walking in alignment with something far greater than yourself. Challenges do not come to those who are insignificant. Adversity does not seek out the ones who remain in the shadows. It rises only against those who have stepped into something real, something unshakable. And when you begin to see the obstacles, not as roadblocks, but as markers on the journey, everything changes. The weight of doubt, the whispers of opposition, the betrayals that seem to come out of nowhere. These are not signs of defeat. They are signs of progress. They are the fire that forges, the pressure that strengthens, the tests that refine those who are called to a higher purpose. But hear this: what is placed within you cannot be taken. No force, no resistance, no opposition can strip away what has been assigned to you from the beginning of time. The world may try to challenge it, may try to contain it, may even try to convince you that you are mistaken about the power you hold. But the truth remains unchanged. That fire was placed within you for a reason. That calling was not given by man, and it cannot be undone by man. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. This is why the greatest battles are often fought in silence. Not every attack comes in the form of words. Sometimes the opposition moves through quiet doubts, through unseen pressures, through unexpected turns that make you question everything you once knew. But those moments are not evidence that you are on the wrong path. They are proof that you are exactly where you need to be. Do not mistake difficulty for denial. Do not confuse resistance with rejection. The weight you feel is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to keep moving. It means the work is being done. It means the shift is happening. Those who came before you, the ones who changed history, who shaped the course of time, who stepped into something beyond the limitations of their day, they all walked through fire before they saw their promise fulfilled. They all faced opposition before they saw the breakthrough. So take heart, stand firm, keep pressing forward, because what is inside you is not ordinary, and that means your journey will never be ordinary either. And when you reach the other side, when you look back at all that was meant to stop you but could not, you will understand every storm, every battle, every moment of doubt was part of the preparation for the greatness that was always meant to be yours. A tree with deep roots does not fear the storm. The wind may rage, the rain may fall, and the ground may shake, but that tree does not tremble. It stands firm, unshaken, unmoved, because it knows something. It knows that the storm is not its enemy. It knows that the same wind that howls around it is the same wind that strengthens its roots, makes it dig deeper, grow stronger. And just like that tree, those who carry a divine calling, those who have been chosen for something greater, they do not break under pressure. They are built for it. When setbacks appear, when obstacles rise, the natural instinct is to react, to push back, to defend, to prove something. But power is not found in reaction. It is found in mastery. The greatest battles are not fought with words or retaliation, but with unwavering strength, with an unshakable spirit that does not bow to distractions. Not every opposition deserves your attention. Not every attack requires engagement. Wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to be silent. Strength is not about fighting every battle. It is about standing firm, knowing that the storm will pass and you will still be standing. There's a reason gold is purified in the fire. You don't find it shining in its purest form straight from the earth. It comes out covered in impurities, mixed with things that don't belong, surrounded by elements that hide its true worth. But when the heat is turned up, when the fire gets hotter, everything that is not meant to stay begins to fall away. And what remains? Pure gold, untouchable, refined. That's exactly what happens to those who are called, those who carry something greater inside them. They don't crumble under pressure, they are purified by it. Pressure does not weaken the ones who have been chosen, it strengthens them. Just like fire doesn't destroy gold, just like the forge doesn't break iron, the weight of trials is not meant to crush you, it is meant to shape you. Those who are not called, those who were never destined for anything more, they run from the fire. They shrink back when adversity comes. But the ones who carry a divine assignment, the ones who have been marked for something greater, they do not fear the pressure. They step into it knowing that on the other side, they will come out stronger, purer, and more powerful than ever before. Every setback, every hardship, every betrayal, it is not happening to you, it is happening for you. The weight of the trial is not a punishment, it is preparation. It is removing what no longer serves you. It is breaking off every attachment, every limitation, every doubt that was never meant to be part of your story. The obstacles you face are not random. They are calculated, placed strategically to mold you into exactly who you were always meant to be. You are not being broken. You are being built. Think about a sword. It does not become sharp by staying untouched. It must go through the fire. It must be beaten, shaped, refined, and sharpened before it can fulfill its purpose. A dull blade is useless. A weak sword will shatter in battle. But one that has been through the fire, one that has been tested, one that has been shaped and strengthened, that is a weapon that cannot be defeated. That is what happens when those who are called go through adversity. They are not being destroyed. They are being prepared for battle. A ship is not built to sit safely in the harbor. It is crafted for the open waters, for the waves, for the storms that test its strength. A vessel that never leaves the shore never fulfills its purpose. It may look pristine, untouched, undamaged, but it is useless. The moment that ship sets sail, the wind will rise, the waves will crash, and the storm will come, not to sink it, but to prove what it was built for. And just like that ship, those who are called for something greater will always face resistance when they step into their purpose. Too many people mistake hardship for failure. They think that if the waters get rough, they were never meant to sail. That if obstacles rise up, if people turn against them, if plans don't go smoothly, it's a sign to quit. But those who are truly chosen, those who carry divine purpose, they know better. They understand that resistance is part of the journey, that nothing great is ever birthed in comfort, that the very struggles meant to stop them are the ones that will make them stronger. The enemy does not attack what is not a threat. Weakness is never challenged. Darkness does not fight what does not carry light. When doors close, when battles arise, when the weight of opposition presses down, it is not a sign that you are lost. It is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Look at any force of nature. Fire spreads when the wind fights against it. Water carves through stone, not because it avoids resistance, but because it pushes through. The ones who are called, the ones who understand their assignment, they do not run from resistance. They use it. They rise because of it. And hear this, your struggle is not evidence of your defeat. It is the proof of your power. The enemy does not waste time on what is not a danger. If you were no threat, there would be no opposition. If you were not carrying something powerful, there would be no attacks. But because you are called, because there is something in you that cannot be ignored, because you are moving towards something divine, the resistance will come. But you were never meant to be stopped. You were never meant to be contained. If the waves try to knock you down, it is only because you are already moving forward. If the doors shut in your face, it is only because the right ones are about to open. If people turn against you, it is because they were never meant to walk this path with you. Do not fear the opposition. Do not mistake pressure for punishment. What you are facing is not the end of your journey. It is the very proof that your journey is just beginning. The wind does not blow against what is standing still. The waves do not crash against what is stuck in one place. The fight is coming not because you are weak, but because you are walking in your strength, because you are moving into what you were always meant to be. And if you refuse to back down, if you refuse to let resistance stop you, you will see what was meant to break you become the very thing that builds you. The storm is not here to destroy you. It is here to reveal that you were built to endure. You cannot be afraid of the fire. You cannot be afraid of the process, because what is being refined in you is far greater than what is being removed. The things that fall away in the heat were never meant to stay. The things that leave under pressure were never part of your destiny. The people who walked away, the opportunities that seemed lost, the moments that felt like failure, they were never losses. They were stepping stones. They were part of the divine process that is shaping you into something unshakable. A seed must break before it can grow. The shell must crack. The outer layer must be shed. The comfortable, protected form must be left behind before the roots can take hold, before the plant can rise toward the light. And that is exactly what is happening in your life. You are not being buried. You are being planted. You are not being left in the dark. You are being positioned for growth. What feels like struggle, what feels like delay, is not punishment. It is the season before the harvest. And when the refining process is done, when the fire has burned away everything that was never meant to last, when the shaping has been completed, you will rise. You will step into what was always meant for you, not weak, not broken, not diminished, but stronger, wiser, and ready. Because the trials didn't take anything from you. They revealed what was always there. And now, nothing can stop you. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the super thank you button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. There is a difference between those who are easily shaken and those who stand their ground. The ones who are led by emotion, by frustration, by the need to prove themselves. They get pulled into every distraction, every debate, every battle that was never meant for them. But those who know their purpose, those who understand their calling, they do not waste energy on things that do not serve them. They do not chase approval. They do not explain themselves to those who are never meant to understand. They move with intention. They walk with authority. Look at history. Every great leader, every person who changed the course of time, every voice that could not be silenced, they all had one thing in common. They refused to be moved by the noise. They refused to let distractions pull them away from their mission. They knew that the opposition was part of the journey, that resistance was proof they were on the right path. And because they stood firm, because they did not allow temporary battles to steal their focus, they became unstoppable. That is the power of those who are chosen. They do not crumble under the weight of adversity. They do not shrink when things get difficult. They rise. They grow. They push forward, knowing that nothing formed against them can prosper. They understand that what was meant to stop them will only make them stronger. The fire does not destroy them. It purifies them. The storm does not drown them. It elevates them. The very forces that attempt to break them are the same forces that build them into something unshakable. So hear this today. You are never meant to be ordinary. You are never meant to blend in, to be controlled, to be easily swayed by opinions, by obstacles, by temporary resistance. You are meant to be a force. You are meant to stand tall, to walk in authority, to know that no matter what comes against you, you cannot be defeated. And when you step into that, when you stop reacting and start moving with divine purpose, the world will have no choice but to take notice. Because those who are truly chosen, those who are truly called, they do not need to chase greatness. They become it. The concept of limitation is an illusion. Nothing holds back the one who understands that structure exists only for those who accept it. While most navigate within the constraints handed to them, there are those who rewrite the entire framework.